Hello all, Genergy within the realm of amperage discussions. As we step into the practicalities, the goal is to fully comprehend the nuances of amperage in order to accurately determine the aptness of various inverters for optimal welding results. Our mission is to successfully pinpoint the most suitable inverter by examining the amperage intricacies, all in pursuit of exceptional welding outcomes. The realm of inverters, yarn machines and countless other apparatuses emerges before us, opening up unprecedented possibilities. Moreover, our endeavor is to secure the ideal inverter for pairing seamlessly with the generator, thus ensuring outstanding welding capabilities. It is critical to familiarize ourselves with motor welding configurations, such as the ones demonstrated here in Genergy, where we delve into the characteristics of welding electrodes reaching specifications up to 40 meters. This exploration proves to be invaluable. But their teams, let's say. Motorcycle welding wouldn't be a generator. On the other hand, when we buy a generator, we are having a generator that, thanks to the inverter, is welding, but that we can also use as a generator. We do the intro and develop this team. Albert Einstein said that the madness of human beings was to always do the same thing and expect different results. Well, I want to break a spear here today in favor of businessmen. Entrepreneurs are people like you and me, who at a given moment in their life, their history, their circumstances, had an idea, an illusion, sometimes a dream, and did something different. They went from maybe doing a job to doing something that was their passion. And thanks to that idea of that businessman who did something different, it turns out that in that swarm, he is working there, working people, other human beings who are raising their children, buying apartments, the car, that is, making a family, making humanity. And this is in this case, in fact, of a person who, as I say, has done something different. Teresa of Calcutta said that she had found God disguised in many different ways. I, who am an admirer of businessmen, say that I have encountered gods many times. Who are businessmen? They are people who, we don't know how bad it is, who are having a hard time making ends meet to pay those payrolls, and they continue gambling and continue pulling the wagon of this economy. And it is these people who from here I express my great respect, so you can rest assured, Mr. Albert Einstein, that there are indeed people who do things differently and we obtain wonderful results. Here we have an example. Genergy we follow. And what generator do I use? For what? Invert. This, as I say, is a question that is repeated over and over again. Okay, we always ask you to send us. Well, this board, for example, which is a basic inverter board, because there we are going to see the consumption that you have to invert and be able to couple a generator. We can do it backwards. That is, you can go to a store knowing the inverter you have to buy, or the store owner can know how many amps his generator has to work. With what? Invert. Look, I have here, for example, nothing. The Azores. The Azores is a device that is capable of giving a maximum peak of 10,000 watts. It's an electronic injection device, and which is selling a lot for powerful wire welding equipment, for inverter equipment. Well, to charge drones, the famous drone chargers, that is, they actually have many applications. This generator, that is amazing. How many amps does it give in alternating current? Well, look, since it's 10,000 watts, the real calculation is very easy. 10,000 watts to know the amperage. We have to divide that by 230. Okay, and this gives us a total of 43 with 47, well, 44 amps. That is, this one gives us 43 amps. If we see this inverter plate that I just showed a moment ago, I put it back. Now let's see, there's 230 down here. And then set the maximum that is better and set the amperage that we are seeing. As we can see, this generator is even excessive for this machine. Okay, that machine would be fine with a piece of equipment a little smaller than this, okay? Let's see what equipment would go with this particular inverter board we are showing. As we see, that board actually has 32.2 amps there. Let's say 32 is worth 32.2 amps. This is the amperage absorbed from on board. For example, I have Creta here, Vale Creta, RC Creta. This is the sun, but it's enough for me because the power is the same, it's 7500 watts. Let's see. Let's do the math. If I put 7500 divided by 230 equals 32.5. No, yes, 32, practically 33, 32, 33. $33 amps, that is, with the Creta I can work, because we see that the amperage has been absorbed from this inverter. It is 32.2 and he is practically giving it 33 amperes. That is, with the Creta I could work with this inverter. Okay, that's 3260, practically 33. Well, that's the point. That's simply how it has to be done. Here I have what I say. The Azores, here I have the ladder, 5500 watts. There I have a Stun, this is 7000 watts. So loud and tired of working with welding inverters. Keep in mind that to connect a welding inverter to a generator, the first thing required of the generator is that the current is stabilized. At Genergy, we use electronic servo controllers that regulate frequencies and voltage to adapt it to that electronics of an inverter. Even fix the mobility of a team like the Elba. This is a small backpack. Okay, that's 500 watts. So this equipment will be able to use a welding inverter as long as the welding inverter we see 5500 in this case. Okay, if we take the calculator, come 5500 to 30, because it's giving us 23.91, that is 24 amps. Look for an absorption inverter whose absorbed power is 24 amps. And you can buy a soundproof Elba, or the Escaray, which is 5500, or this team that we are seeing now here, this team, this is the 5500 watt Navacerada. Notice how easy it is to match a generator to an inverter. The madness is that you tell me that I am welding with Jacka. With electrodes with an inverter, and the inverter has 30 or so amperes of absorption. And this is what happens to Jacka, who is working above his performance, and that sometimes, well, he will have some malfunction of the regulator servo because he does not want to hurt and will never hurt the inverter, but he's going to get hurt. So neither with this one nor with the 4500 Moncayo, unless we find an inverter that adapts to that amperage. We already know 4500 230, and now look for the inverter. I mean, let's not do it the other way around. I got a generator, give me an inverter. What do I have to weld little? They are gates.
not absorbed amperages, emitted amperages equal, and we can now work whatever we want. We agree. And as simple as that, we will be able to match our generator with our welding inverter and weld for many years without problem for the inverter and without problem for the generator. Let's not be the brute that always costs us money and discomfort. More information well here on this website that you are seeing, and Genergy AS here you can find. A comprehensive array of generators exists to handle any task, including those we are discussing today, such as welding inverters, wire welding, automotive elevators, combined woodworking machinery, and regulation squarers. All those carpenter's bandsaws that workshop waiting to emerge, there's a solution for each item. There are generators suited for every application, even as mentioned recently, for purification plants. Genergy offers diverse energy sources, emphasizing their positive energy and continuously encouraging the important practice of ongoing learning.